We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show.
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
Good day.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWitt, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, excuse me, Jill and I talk about why land sells so cheap during these trying times.
How are you today?
I'm okay today.
Okay. Your voice is a little deeper than normal, which I find really cool.
Oh, really?
I find that attractive. It's like
Wow.
It's like when chicks have that, smokers Demi Moore voice. You got a little of that. I'm here to tell you he's not sick.
I honestly didn't know that I could attract you.
Oh. Why do you think I'm sitting
I don't know.
here?
I don't know.
Oh my God. Yeah.
How does it work for girls? You know what?
Could you imagine?
We're going to talk about land in a second.
Yeah.
How does it
I'm
work?
not here at all because of this empire we built.
We've been we've been together for a long time.
Yes.
Like something as silly as just showing up on this little set.
Yes.
And my voice really attracts you.
Yes.
I want to hear all about this because I know how to buy cheap land.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, that's sexy too. But yeah, no, you do. It's good. There's things like, okay, I don't want to gross anybody out now, but there's, how it is. You are certain attributes and physical things that you go, that's cute. That's my guy.
Once or twice a day, you do something that just makes me like, just want to just kiss you on the lips hard, like in a movie.
Thank you.
Yesterday, it was, because we're recording this really early today. So it hasn't happened yet today, is my point.
Okay.
Yesterday, it was just making a title agent cry.
Oh, I'm not proud of that one. But I think the point is,
she deserved it.
Yeah, I stood up for myself.
Yeah.
That was the point, and you were really proud of me for that.
I mean, it wasn't even like, it wasn't standing up for yourself because you do that all the time anyway. It was just like, you were right. And just not going to take it.
I couldn't. I got to the end. I'm like, this is not right. This is not fair.
I think that since we're talking about it,
yeah,
this whole world is upside down right now.
Yes.
And it's not okay to just not do what you're supposed to do.
I agree.
You got to show up as a parent. You got to show up as a spouse. You got to show up as a land investor or whatever.
I agree. Or as a title agent.
I don't know that just because you're doing it from home and not like in your desk somewhere in a cube or whatever, it's not okay.
Exactly. Thank you.
The other thing is, Jill, like you can take the ball to the, to the 1 yard line, but there's sometimes, sometimes you just need to knock on my door and say, is this okay? And I always say yes. Like do I ever say no to you? Ever? Like ever.
Oh yeah, you do.
I want to hear it.
Yeah,
Let's tell
do.
everybody.
No, it's okay.
Please. I want to know when I say no.
No, it's all right. This is not Jack and Jill counseling today. That's another show.
That's exactly what this is.
No.
Right.
Okay.
Before we get into it, we already did really.
Kind of.
Let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
All right. Looks like a question with an answer here already.
The answer is kind of like, I put it in there for us, but it's just a question.
Oh, okay. Got it. Palani asks, are you able to target a city or zip code in the data set? I know you can do it in Agent Pro 24/7, but I can't find it in CoreLogic, which is RealQuest Pro. Any help would be so awesome.
So this is a kind of question that the answer is yes. You can do anything with the data, anything. It takes sitting down and probably spending maybe a whole day. Now you have the time.
Mm-hmm. That's
the answer is
true.
yes.
Yeah.
Alana, you can target a zip code in a data set.
Yeah. It's just, it may be set up differently is what you're trying to say. And they have different categories and different columns, but you can absolutely get in there and do the same thing with all three of them. So remember, as a member, you have CoreLogic, you have Agent Pro, and you have Data Tree. And all of them provide the same thing. They just deliver it in a different format.
And that's the reason that Jill and I chose to be licensed providers for all three, because they have different, there's positive ways to look at data and negative ways through all three tools. and you can find whatever you want. If the assessor data set from the county has it, it's there.
Yeah.
I think what you're struggling with, and I'm not picking on you, I think a lot of people struggle with this. The reason that I put this question in here is because data in this business is not something that there's not an easy button.
That's what I was just going to say. You're like, I know I can go here and they have these pre-formatted, columns and I just push the button. Well, that's great. However, you're pushing the button and you're only getting the 10 things that they determined are the exact 10 things that you should have.
That's exactly right, Joe.
And so we prefer to give you everything and let you customize it to whatever you want. So maybe you want to search zip code and you want to search 2.1 to 4.9 acres and you want to do this zoning and you want to add this category, all these little nuances. We gave you everything. So you just have to dig. You have to not dig, but you just have to spend some time and get to know it.
Incidentally, these data companies, RealQuest and now DataTree. RealQuest was the first one. Incidentally, these companies all were designed to be used on the intranet, like a closed local area network, a closed LAN for title agents to uncover stuff, to try to find anything wrong with a clouded title, with its chain of title, so that they could, either close a deal or not close a deal. And so somebody in the early 90s realized that this data is it's important to people like us, and important to, more specifically, like oil and gas companies. So they're set up that way. They're set up to be, it's difficult.
Some
like
of
they're
them are
set
archaic.
up. If you look at
archaic.
RealQuest and now even DataTree and what it takes to actually go through and explore the data, it's not for a regular person. It's for us.
It's for us.
It's for the people who understand data and realize when you get out the other side, you have like magic.
And the good news is, here's the good news. You don't have to go to the assessor's office and go flip through papers like the old days. So you've got it all at your fingertips. Just spend a little time.
Today's topic, why land sells so cheap during trying times. This is the meat of the show.
I have 3 answers.
I have 1 answer.
You have 1 answer? Okay.
Yours are better, I'm sure.
Oh, you don't want to give your 1 since you only have 1. Do you want to give your 1 and then I'll list my 3?
It's the same reason that the property sells cheap during trying times, for the same reason that property sells cheap during highfalutin crazy times.
What is it?
People need money.
That's one of mine. That's hilarious. All right, you ready for my 3?
This is fun today with you. If you're listening to this,
you're like on a different planet today.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I've been cooped up in the house for like a couple weeks now, more than that. And I realized this morning, for the first time, I think really, it's going to be fine.
Right.
We're going to get through it. And, it's not, I don't think it's actually going to change our lifestyle. Not us specifically, but everybody. I just don't think it's going to change.
I hope you're right.
I think we're going to be better. I think that this is, like just another thing.
I hope
you got to get through in life,
Right. I agree.
Like having a teenager.
Or a husband. Just got to get through it. Like today.
And then there's like
this show.
There's
just got to get through it.
Okay,
Yep. All right. Can we go to my 3 now?
Tomorrow, yeah.
All right. Here's my 3. So why is land so cheap during trying times? Not these trying times, but all trying times. Well, I have 3 reasons. 1, I do think one of them is panic. When there's a situation like this, people panic, and they look around going, what do I really need? Okay. What can, they want to collect cash or whatever it is, liquidity, and so they can make a move depending on what's going to happen. So and they look around and what do I need? I don't need that land over there. And this guy's offering to buy it from me. Done, and done. And sweetie, then you start looking around going, do you really need all that jewelry? Do you really need all that whatever? I'm sure there's stuff that's going on like that, and I haven't spent time on it. I should. I bet there's some great deals on OfferUp and
There's
eBay.
great deals on OfferUp.
That's it for
I've been
people.
scouring that.
There you go. Like, I'm going to actually go look at it now. It's probably some nice watches and things. I'm not kidding. That you could contactless free.
So I have some questions
purchase
about panic.
Okay, go for it.
I'm not a panicky person.
I know you're not. Neither am I. That's good.
I know you're not.
We're good.
So what happens when people panic? Like,
They
because
make
I
bad
would think,
decisions.
well, I would think if you're in a panic and you're a regular person, you wouldn't make any decisions. Like, you would just sit down,
freeze,
and
like just sit there and
so
throw your hands up.
I'm really asking you.
No, well, I'm sure there's a version of that. I think some people panic, and you're right. They just freeze and do nothing. They're just stuck on the couch.
Yeah,
going, well, that's it. It's over. Bring it.
So we have to know that there's a percentage of people are doing that.
True. And then there's
another percentage, I guess, are selling their jewelry.
Yeah, they just are like making bad decisions. And that's what I think. I think there's the twofold.
So, can I ask you a personal question?
Is
there some event that would happen where it would cause you to panic? Because I don't have one.
I'm trying to think. No, I've learned over the years. You know what? I think because I've learned over the years, nothing good comes from that. Like, I learned a long time ago, you can have your phone off and have dinner, because if there's an emergency, it's not going to probably change the situation. It's not going to change that gravely while you're having dinner, kind of thing. And then another one is, I really think a lot of it for me was maybe my dad and being a pilot and a checklist for everything. Everything's a checklist. And then I learned to fly. There's a checklist. Engine fire has a checklist.
So you know how I said earlier, there's like one or two things you do every day. I just want to kiss you on the lips.
Oh,
this is just one of those things right now.
Thank you.
Checklist Jill.
Thank you. That's it. So but you have to kind of, sometimes people have to train themselves, to go, all right, everybody stop. What's the checklist for this? So we all make really good, smart decisions, but not everybody does that, or they haven't developed that.
Man, we should forget about buying, selling land. We should clone you. If we could clone you,
thanks.
We would be wealthy.
Thank you. But that's one, panic. So I think number two, why is land so cheap right now? Well, two, the obvious, like you said, they do need the money. There's something going on. Well, they lost their job. They need the money. That's kind of it. I think, or they didn't lose their job and they're trying to build up a nest egg just to be safe. And then
this whole business model is based on a garage sale.
Yeah.
Nobody, at some point, someone makes a decision. They have a bunch of land. They just don't want it anymore. At some point, someone makes a decision to open their garage, put all their stuff out, and just sell it for whatever offer. It's not about price anymore.
Right.
And so the same thing with houses and all of it. So our job is to reach these people at the right time. And that's what we do with direct mail.
Exactly.
So this is show number what? 1,200 or something.
I don't know.
Some number like that.
Yeah, it's true.
People ask us all the time, Jill and I, our friends, how the hell can you guys talk about
what do you have to talk about so much?
How can you possibly talk about this every day for a half hour?
Exactly. My third one is?
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
No, I wasn't. Okay.
Go ahead.
So my third one is, so why is land so cheap during trying times? One's panic. Two's need the money. And three is they simply don't see the value. They think, so this is, again, it's why is it so cheap? Not why they're selling, but why are they selling it so cheap? They don't think it's worth anything. Even especially now, they don't see that, which is true. I can't stand in line in the grocery store and say, hey, I'll trade you 2 acres for your grocery cart.
Where did that come from?
I personally would take that deal, and they don't see that. I will wheel over my grocery cart and I will take your 2 acres. Could you imagine? We could be doing crazy stuff like that. So I will give you, maybe that's it. I will go grocery shopping for you and get you. You think I'm kidding? I will go to Sam's Club tomorrow, get you load up and get you $1,000 worth of whatever you want in Sam's Club, whether it's toilet paper, paper towels, water, food, whatever. Put it on your porch, walk away, and you just hand me, and I'll take the deed that you leave out for me under the mat.
That's the second time in the day that I want to kiss on the lips like in a movie.
This is my new business model. Groceries for land. All right, we're redoing our mailer. Instead of money, we're gonna barter. What would you like?
You know what?
That would work.
It would absolutely work.
Yeah.
It would absolutely work.
Yeah. There you go. You know what? Actually, we should crack open the safe. I don't know if you want to give up some silver or something, but
sure.
For the right price,
Yeah,
you know, I will give some. I'm going to make it my worthy of me. It's not going to be a big. Maybe it is one big silver bar, but it's for it's for a land, a big piece of land. But they don't see the value. I think people's decisions get goofed up in these
reeling
times.
this back in on value.
Thank you. I love my business model.
I do too. I think you should try it.
Yes.
How do you think regular people who have a job or whatever, perceive the value of their property, whether it's their personal house or whatever? Like they wake up today, like I know what I do, and I know it's not normal. Like I obsess. Like if I have downtime, if I'm sitting in line somewhere ever, like in Costco, I don't care what, I'm going to get on my phone. I'm going to look at real estate values where I'm standing. That's just what I do. It's my hobby. It's my life. I don't.
You're right with the obsess.
So, somebody gets a letter about a piece of land that they never saw. Maybe they inherited or whatever. Do they care what the value is? How do they value that asset? Do they care?
Yeah,
I've always wondered this.
Do you know how they value it? Based on what their next door neighbor just sold their house for. That's what they know.
So Sally and John split up. And Sally sold a house for,
and she got $500,000.
$500,000?
Yeah, so
mine's worth $500,000?
No, but I got a pool, so now mine's worth $600,000.
So it's stupid stuff like that?
Yes.
It's like attributes? It's like, but her sink sucks and my sink's better?
Yeah, because I just redid my kitchen, so mine's definitely worth more.
That's ridiculous.
I know.
Jill, does it really happen?
Have you heard people say that? You have to have heard people say that.
You silenced me.
Oh, okay. I've heard many people say that.
Does it really go like that?
Well, you know what? Because I'm talking to them. They, especially like LA County. I know what the one next door went for, and I know I'm zoned this.
So forget about looking at data or empirical data, or actually looking at it like an adult.
Correct.
And a person who graduated from high school with regular freaking math skills.
And they hang on to the one number that they heard a couple years ago, because I just had that too.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding. I'll tell you right now, for real. We sent an offer in LA County to buy a house for $650,000, right? So the woman emailed me back and said, oh, no. This is my parents' house. We won't think anything less for 1.2. So I go looking and I'm like, and all the comps I can find are $800,000. I'm like, where's she getting this 1.2 number? Was this, 2 years ago in the peak of it? And she's hanging on to that number. I mean, that's legitimate, real numbers that she gave me. I'm like, there's no reality. And that's the hard part. It's like, there's no way I'm going to convince her. She's stuck on that 1.2 number. So congratulations, mom and dad. You're going to die in that house, because I don't think you're ever going to get 1.2.
Bear in mind that, I used to have your job. So Jill and I joined forces around 10 or 12 years ago. But so my reaction to the whole thing was, do you want to sell it or not? I don't care about your story or how you got the number.
Right.
You're going to sign it or you're not. And I'm sure that I lost, probably half the deals that I could have actually purchased.
Right.
Because I didn't embrace this or allow this type of conversation.
And that's okay. I still love you.
I'm not down on myself. Like, it worked great.
No, it's totally fine.
I'm just saying how people come up. So I guess what I'm gathering is, if somebody's got a 40-acre property, if they live in Massachusetts and they have 40 acres in Nevada, they probably don't have any sink emotion.
They look at that differently. That's a good point. So you want to end it on this?
I don't want to end it. I think this is fascinating for me.
Oh, really? This is going long. Is this okay?
This is a couch fascination.
All right.
I'm fascinated. And I'm sure that the people who are listening to this,
they look at land differently.
Why? Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't that funny? They look at their house like, oh, I put all this physical work into it. I did, I laid that tile. You know, it is. I'm sure you've all
So
heard
how
this
does it
kind
work
of
with
thing.
40 acres in Nevada, though?
They didn't do anything to it. They don't
They didn't
perceive
touch it.
it. They didn't
They didn't
touch
see
it.
it.
But now some do. Some,
Oh
but
my gosh, Jill.
hold on a moment,
You're
because
right.
they think they know that the guy next door sold it to the new Amazon warehouse, so they think that they deserve that, right? So that's where but they get it from somewhere. That's what they heard, but they don't see it the same as like their primary residence, or their dreamy cabin. Have you seen the view?
There's sweat equity.
Yes, I think so. But what's interesting is in these trying times, or any trying times, the first thing that's going to go is this, let's just get rid of it, baby. It's weird.
This is fascinating to me because we have friends who and not just one set of friends. We have sets of friends who have put sweat equity into stuff and it just didn't work.
Right.
Either houses or companies or whatever.
Or a car.
Yeah, car.
Mm-hmm.
A car is a great example.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's really easy to see cars like overpriced on, online.
Spend $100,000 cleaning up a car and it's worth like 10.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And then what? Like you hang your head and walk out of the garage and say, I don't know, it didn't work. No, you have to think about this stuff before. I am not a victim to this problem.
No, you're not.
Are you?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No. Honestly, I know I'm not.
To this are.
I know I'm not, because before I met you, I sold 2 houses.
Right.
And I did them quick. I mean, within one was, how many days? We closed in like 10 days, but each one, it's like within 24 or 36 hours. There were offers, I accepted them, and I was like, let's just do it. Because I really wanted to sell. I wasn't there to maximize price or, make sure it goes to the right family and I can see their kids on the swing set. I didn't do any of that. It's like, I did my best. I staged it well. I knew what to do. I said, all right, we're selling, let's do it. And that was it. I priced it hot. I had 3 offers to choose from. Each time I picked the cash one. I'm not nuts. And then that's how we can close so fast and we're done. So I know that's not me. I've never been like that. So
if this is the first show you've ever listened to or watched, this is not a normal show.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Jill and I are having a little family meeting here.
Thank you. But it was good. All right. Happy you could join us today. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can find us right here on the Land Academy Show. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are on the House Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the House Academy Show is called Proper Deal Etiquette During this virus crisis we're in. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
I love it. Proper deal etiquette.
I think it should be called Get to Know Jill.
Oh.
That's what this show's like. And I love it.
Okay. That's very sweet of you. Cool. The Land Academy Show remains commercial free for you, our loyal listeners. So wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, please subscribe and rate us there.
We're Steve and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.